It's not just weapons manufacturers that benefit from war. Big agriculture does too. It's just not as obvious. In my last video, I talked about how a pistachio company has been fomenting the conditions leading to our current Iran war. Now, let's talk about what we can expect once the war is over, or at least when significant parts of the Iranian food system, I'm talking irrigation networks, storage facilities, roads and markets, not to mention the farmers themselves, have been destroyed. The first step is to have farmers replant their land. But the local seed system has collapsed. So guess who's more than happy to come in and spread their proprietary seeds? Oh yes, it's the likes of Bayer, who acquired Monsanto back in 2018. Their patented seeds needs to be repurchased every single season. Farmers cannot harvest and replant them unless they want to risk a lawsuit. This already happened in Iraq. After the 2003 invasion, one of the 100 orders signed by the American administration prohibited Iraqi farmers from saving patented seeds. It was framed as helping the country modernize, but in reality, it forced the farmers into dependency, and that law remains on the books today. Now, replanting farmland isn't quite fast enough to feed all the hungry people in a country that's been ravaged by war. That's where international food aid comes in. Since 1954, U.S. food aid has been required to be sourced from U.S.-grown commodity crops. Think corn, wheat, and soy from giant agribusinesses like Cargill and Archer Daniel Midland. It just so happens these companies produce a huge surplus of these crops every year, which it can now conveniently package as humanitarian aid and push into countries in crisis. Just like that, new international markets are secured. This is called agricultural dumping, and it has been repeatedly shown to harm rather than help recipient countries. Yet when the US actually had a chance to change its ways with the Food Aid Reform Act, which would have allowed recipient countries to buy local food and rebuild their own markets, it was defeated in Congress 220 to 203, in large part due to commodity lobbyists. If this wasn't all bad enough already, there's one last step: giving private and foreign actors access to agricultural land at prices and terms that would have never been possible in a stable country. In Ukraine, for example, over 28% of the country's arable land is now controlled by oligarchs and foreign interests, including US private equity, pension funds, and giant agribusiness. In Iraq, a former Cargill executive was put in charge of the agricultural reconstruction. You can kind of guess how that went. These are not one-off cases, but a playbook. This is why war doesn't end when military conflict ceases. It quietly rages on in the food system, a place that many of us have never been taught to look.